right. I'm back, and hopefully this will be the last video. I don't know how much more of this audio is left. It's probably a little less than half. Okay. Um, so we should be able to finish that up with this one. Um, and pretty much a lot of it is just reading. I think I already do the breakdowns, but I think, well, I'm just going to be led by way of the Spirit. I'm not going to speculate on how this is going to flow, okay? So, this is not going to be no long intro. We're continuing, all right? So let's just go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go ahead and start the audio, okay? Okay, thank you, Father. This is going to be the sealed portion, chapter 27. And hold on, let me go up here, bruh, because I don't have all damn day. I mean, I do have all day, but I don't know, okay? I don't know when my net's going to be cut. Oh, my gosh. Oh, sorry, Father. I did forget already. It was upon my spirit to show you something right quick first, though. So, okay, it was just quickened back within my spirit. So 1 second, because and this is gonna be in the sealed portion as well. Bro, come on. The plan. Okay, let me type in plan. Lucifer's plan. All right, here we go. All right, this is what it is. All right, so we've been living during the age of deception, people. All right. So I did create this meme, and I put these side by side. I wanted to include the so-called Holy Bible right along with the sealed portion so that you can see, all right, that it's in one accord. Okay, so Matthew. Let's just go ahead and read the sealed portion first, and then we'll read Matthew, okay? So we'll go left to right. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger. Make sure you guys can see. Okay. This is, again, the sealed portion. It's going to be chapter 11, okay? All right. And if it so be that you could teach this law unto your children and cause them to live by this law in mortality, then they have peace and happiness among them all the days of their probation. Okay? Probation is living our mortal lives on this earth. Okay? This is where we are tested to make sure that we deserve the glory of our choosing. Okay? See, the glory that we're supposed to get is not supposed to be on this earth. That's vanity. Vainglory of men on this earth. Who cares what men think about you? Who cares? Like, bruh, this is not eternal, okay? So what's eternal is the glory that we chose while we were in the spirit realm before we ever even came here in mortality, okay? So when we come here in mortality, that's probation. This is the time where, we work out our salvation. We choose either good or evil, okay? It ain't both. You can't serve two masters, okay? So those who choose to do good will refrain from evil, okay? And those who choose to do evil usually tend to refrain from doing good unless it's for themselves, or, what they consider good for themselves, or for their immediate family or their friends, okay? Which is still evil. All right, because of your motives, all right, and the intents of your heart, all right, the intents of your heart, your mentality, okay, that nobody else matters but you and your family, okay? That's not the mentality that we were instructed to have with one another, all right? Nevertheless, the requirements of this law are opposed to the plan of Lucifer. This is what people are used to, the plan of Lucifer, all right, whose purpose and intent has always been centered in selfishness. And he has great power and influence over the hearts of the children of men, and this because of the veil that has been placed over their minds, that they do not remember the things of the Father. Okay? So now remember, when I explained to you, I think in the video before this one, the part before this one, that I'm not giving you nothing that you don't already know. Okay? All I'm doing is reminding you. Okay? I'm only reminding you. Alright? Most of you have tuned out your conscience, so we have been raised up to be your conscience for you. Okay? We're like Jiminy Cricket. Okay? We're your conscience. Alright? We have been risen up to speak the living word, which is the same word that's in your conscience. Okay? Now, Matthew 24:10 through 12, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. All right? All these false prophets work for Lucifer. You know, they're following after the plan of Lucifer. There is only two choices, people. There is either good or evil. Okay? There's either life or death. There is no there's not any in between, okay? And because iniquity, all right, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right? So many people upon the face of this earth have been following after the plan of Lucifer unknowingly. But now, you're going to be held accountable for this, whether you watch this video or not. Okay, whether you listen to this video or not, you're going to be held accountable for the information, because it's already within you. And it's also a judgment within your mentality and why you chose to reject this truth. Why, you know, and I'm talking about those of you that see this video. You see it and you just choose to ignore it, or you see it and you click on it and you don't like what you hear, so you turn it off. Okay, that's who I'm talking about. All right, not those that don't even know this video exists, but I'm just saying, I put it in the description. Ignore this all you want, okay? Disagree with it all you want. All right, you have free agency still, okay? You're going to always have free agency. However, great judgment is coming, okay? Because the time of the Gentiles is over. That's why we are the living witnesses now, okay? We've been risen up, all right? Israel and Judah, all right? The third of us that have applied the living word to our life, and we're speaking, okay? We're speaking that spiritual fire, okay? The living word by way of the Spirit, all right? We're here for a reason, in order to help you, just like Noah back in Noah's day, okay? Hey, if you want to be like all the people that ridiculed Noah and rejected Noah and called Noah crazy and all of these things, go right ahead. We're not here to strong arm you. We're not here to force you. No, we operate in love and righteousness and goodness over here. You shall know them by their fruit. You know the power that I serve by how I live my life. Okay? Let's go ahead and continue. Oh, 1 second. Alright. Go back to this one. Alright, so we're going to start in verse 47, kind of like in the middle of it. Okay, can you see the great turmoil that Lucifer has caused among us? Because I thought that I had it. Okay, what chapter did I say? I think I said 27, right? 27. Alright, so we're going to start in verse 47, kind of like in the middle of it. 47. Okay, can you see the great turmoil that Lucifer has caused among us? Because it was his desire that we be divided into families and into nations. Hold on, okay? People. Sorry about that. Because I had to try to remember where it was. Okay, I think it's 27 verse 47. Alright, verse 47. Yeah, okay, no wonder I was having trouble. Alright, because it starts in the middle of the freaking verse. That's why. Alright. Alright, I'm together now, people. Alright, now let's go ahead and start it. Alright, so we're going to start in verse 47, kind of like in the middle of it. Okay, can you see the great turmoil that Lucifer has caused among us? Because it was his desire that we be divided into families and into nations. Okay? And because we are divided into families and into nations, and because we have forgotten our spiritual existence before entering into mortality, we began to hate each other. And the only time that we met in mortality was upon the field of battle, in which we were both killed in hatred and anger by the hand of another. And there are many spirits who have returned to the spirit world, who have hated others during the days of their probation. And there are many spirits that have killed others because of this hate and this prejudice. All right, now we're going to skip. All right, because, bro, I'm not trying to keep this long, okay? Alright, hold on. Alright, let's start in verse 2 in chapter 28. For not all the laws were introduced among the children of men were evil, okay? But so-called elite that's ruling right now, bro, they're wholly wicked, okay? They're wholly corrupt. We're being ruled by the worst of the heathen, okay? So this is talking about before the revised Roman Empire, the very last beast, okay? For not all the laws that were introduced among the children of men were evil. There were some leaders who were more compassionate than others, okay? Ain't not a compassionate bone in these so-called elite, okay? And there was no compassionate bone in the queen that was holding on to all that gold that was stolen from indigenous people, okay? Just sitting on it. And let me show you, okay? And I'm sure that you people know, all right? You know, she dead now. Gone and, you know, from this physical world, you know. But, you know, what, like, bro, I'm going to show you. Hold on. Like, I was seeing this as a child, okay? As a child, I would see this, and I'm sure I probably asked, you know, as a child, you know, I don't remember, but, bro, I was the type of child that would ask stuff, like, you know, right out. Because this don't make no damn sense, okay? Like, you see how she just walking around, looking at all the pretty gold? All right, then impoverished nations of people for centuries. Okay, stole all of this gold, impoverishing whole nations of people for centuries, and just, you know, goes down there to take a stroll just to look at all the pretty gold. Bro, this is wholly wicked, okay? And yet, in this false-ass inverted reality, this so-called queen was put on a pedestal, okay? Your pope and all of these so-called prominent people are put on a freaking pedestal when they are wholly wicked, okay? And then, you know, people like me, you know, is looked at as the problem. Like, how am I the problem? I didn't even ask to be born on this damn earth. But I'm born on this earth, and I'm expected to just exhaust all my time, energy, and effort just to sustain my own. Bro, you cannot You cannot convince me that is the only reason we were sent to this earth. Like, oh my God, my inner core, everything within me, my whole being fights against that, bro. I can't help but fight against it because it is everything contrary to my nature. It is everything contrary to my maker. Okay? I come after my maker, alright? My maker created my spirit, and there ain't no way in hell that I can do that, especially not now that I have been given this understanding, you know? I've been given his understanding, so there is no way in hell that I can go back into that, alright? So I just gotta ride it out to continue to suffer and, walk in my purpose for however long I can, Let me continue in the audio.
Just stole it from the indigenous people and just hold it in bunkers and just goes down there to stare at it. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, but impoverished the whole nations. Impoverished nations of people, bro. Oh my God. For centuries. Okay? They impoverished nations for centuries. Also that they could just go down there and look at all the pretty gold. Oh my God. And the commandments of the Most High that were given to Adam were passed down among the people and corrupted with time. But in some instances, the remnants of the gospel were recognizable among the laws of the peoples who chose to worship their own gods according to their customs and their traditions. Okay? So this is exactly what I've been saying. All right? Your actions will determine what God you serve. Okay? You're not going to blend both good and evil and place that on the living power, the maker of our spirits, the lover of our souls, and say that this is the power you worship. No, it's not. Okay? Your actions will line up to the power in whom you serve. For real, for real. Okay? If you're selfish, you're greedy, you're unkind, you're unmerciful, you're not compassionate, all of these things, you don't serve the living power, okay? No, I'm sorry to make it so blunt, okay? But we're light over here, okay? We're not going to dim our light. We're not going to dull our blade. We're going to keep it real over here, okay? It is about your heart, people, and the Father wants me to make this very crystal clear, that it is about your heart and your mentality, okay? But you're living according to your carnal reality and your money, okay? Because your money helps to fuel your carnal reality, okay? Which is a false reality. All right? So it is about your actions. It's about your thoughts, your motive, your intent. Okay? And Yahushua sent his prophets throughout the land. Okay? Because Yahushua's the good shepherd, remember? Okay? We are his portion. All right? We're his portion. He's our leader. Okay? So he's our Lord. Okay? So the Messiah sent his prophets throughout the land. And these prophets went unto any people that would receive them and listen to the gospel as they preached it to them. But in most instances, these prophets were persecuted or slain by the leaders of the nations. And this is because the law of the gospel would take away their riches and their power and make them equal unto all people. And if there were a people or a nation that listened to the prophets and began to introduce the principles of the true gospel among them, then Satan would do whatever he could to cause discontent and turmoil so that he could maintain control over the children of men and their leaders. And Satan was bound, as I have explained it unto you, as to what he could inspire those who followed him to do. Nevertheless, he was allowed some leeway in his desires, and his desires were to make a nation of those who would worship him, strong and efficient in warfare, so that they could conquer other nations. Okay, so we're at the end of this, but this is what had happened after, there were some compassionate leaders and whatnot, where eventually there became wholly evil leaders, okay, that had not a compassionate bone in their body, and these were the ones that Satan was able to utilize, especially in this last half time. Okay. And through the ministrations of the spirit world, Satan began to introduce certain ores and manufacture metals which would greatly improve the ability of the armies of the nations to kill one another. Okay, now we're going to skip because I'm not trying to read all of this. All right. Hold on. Okay, this is important. This is going to be from chapter 62, okay? Verse 61. For in the spirit world, you cannot change that which you have done in the flesh. And the torment of those things which you have done in the flesh, which is contrary to the will of the Father, shall eat at you like unto a worm that dieth not. Okay, that's the convicting of your conscience. So when you leave...
All right, hold on. I didn't know it was going to continue that fast. I want to confirm that, okay? So we just read it there, and I'm going to confirm that, all right? This is going to be from another record, all right? No conviction. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. And I think this is from the Third Testament. Alright, I think it's from the Third Testament. Alright, this is the judgment of the spirit by its own conscience. When the spirit of some great sinner departs from this material life to enter the spiritual valley, it is surprised to discover that hell, as it has once imagined, does not exist. And the fire of which it was previously told is nothing more than the essence of his works harshly judged by his conscience. Okay? There's a little bit more to that. Let me go ahead and get it. Alright. I want to give you guys the fullness. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, okay? I may not have internet tomorrow, so I want to make sure I get it all done today. Alright? That eternal judgment and enlightenment which exists in the midst of the darkness that surround the sinner will be more painful than the strongest fire than you could have imagined, but it is not a torture prepared beforehand as a punishment for the one who offended me. No, this torture originates when one begins to understand his own mistakes. When the spirit begins to feel great sorrow for having offended the one who created him and for not having made better use of his time and of the many gifts it received from its Lord. Okay? So ain't no literal lake of fire, people. We don't preach no lake of fire doctrine over here. No, the lake of fire is exactly what we're going over in the sealed portion, okay? That's the lake of fire with the worm that never dies, because you want to have a cold heart and you want to follow after the plan of Lucifer. All right. So when you leave this physicality, and even before then, because that we're in a paradigm shift, okay? I know you didn't see them conjunctions and all of this, all right? That eclipse is coming in April of 2024. That's going to mark the end of the rule of the Gentiles on this promised land, okay? So now we're doing this to try to help you, all right? I don't want to see nobody suffer. I don't want to see nobody perish, okay? I'm doing all I can to try to help you. And I'm giving you this by way of the Spirit, but also I'm breaking it down as elementary as possible. Okay? I hope you people hear me. Alright? This is not all there is. Great judgment is coming upon this because the Gentiles only had a certain amount of time to do all of this wickedness. And now the world is in utter turmoil. All right, all humanity and all creation has been groaning, okay, for centuries. All right, and it hasn't been as bad then as it is now. Okay, now I'm not trying to go off too much, bro. But I have to say, man, back in the 1950s, when I look at movies and or documentaries of our people back in the 1950s, we were not that damn impoverished as we are now, okay? We were highly well dressed, okay? We were a very righteous type of people, okay? We were not debaucherous. We, like, the women of our bloodline was not hoochie mamas and all of this. They were well respectable, okay? The fellas were gentlemen, okay? All right? I'm just saying, bro, this last little bit of half a time, especially, in the 70s, because we started losing our like an economic footing, by the 70s, okay? And I was born in 1976, all right? So we went on a decline from the 60s on, because that's when, that's when, and this is a divine revelation, but that's right after the civil rights movement and yeah, bro. And the whole I'm black and I'm proud, this is how they disconnected us from our true heritage. This is so crazy. But yeah, I'm not trying to go too deep, bro, because like I said, I want to get through this audio. But once they disconnected us from who we are, and now all of a sudden we're black and proud, never mind the fact that black means wholly wicked or wholly evil or devoid of light and all of these things. Then they changed our music in the 90s, okay? Because we had a lot of positive music, all right? From the 70s to the 80s, the rap, when it first started, it was positive, okay? And then all of a sudden in the 90s, a certain group of people that you can't mention, because they have laws that surround them and, penalties that they can do to you, if you mention their evil, okay? But they're supposedly the chosen people, all right? So anyway, they infiltrated, the rap industry or the music industry, and they totally changed it around. And this is how they manipulated our people. And now look today at so-called black music and black culture. I didn't even mean to talk about this, bro, but this is just great. This has all happened during the age of deception, okay? Our people used to be a very kind people, all right? A very loving people, all right? A very giving people, all right? And now all of a sudden, we have turned into our enemies, okay? Many of my own family, they act like the heathens. They act like the worst of the heathen when it comes with the mentality, of get that money by any means necessary. Well, not by any means necessary with my family. Well, not by my mom and some of the somewhat righteous ones, okay? Because there's levels to this, okay? But some, I don't even know how to explain this, bro. I just see how our people are nowhere near how we used to be. And I see how our people declined, and I know how and why we went on a decline, because this was systematic, okay? And then we're looked at like we're the problem. All right, but this system that they set up and put us on the bottom was built on our land, okay? Because we were the original people that was already here. All right? And so, bruh, I didn't, like I said, I didn't even mean to go down that route, but that, it is what it is, okay? That's what it is, okay? Let me show you here, all right? During the age of deception, this is what happened, okay? Let me go ahead and play this audio.
So when you leave this physical reality, when your body dies, your physical body dies, your spirit will be conscious of the all power, the essence of love, life, and all things good. Not only that, but you're also going to be aware of all the things that you've done in your life that were contrary to this eternal power of love, life, and all things good. Okay? So let's read this verse again with this understanding. See, I don't just speak these things out my mind and out my ass, and, I ain't got receipts to back it up. Okay? For in the spirit world, I don't know why a black box just pop up on my screen and flash, bro. That is crazy. Okay, so for in the spirit world, you cannot change that which you have done in the flesh. And the torment of those things which you have done in the flesh, which is contrary to the will of the Most High, shall eat at you like unto a worm that dieth not. And the turmoil of your embarrassment for that which you have done shall burn within you. And this fire cannot be quenched in the spirit world, even through repentance. It's too late to repent when you leave your physical body, because you're supposed to get it right in the physical. That's why we're instructed to crucify our flesh and walk in the spirit, okay? And the only way that this fire can be quenched is that you enter once again into mortality, and this time obey the commandments of the Father in all things, proving that you are worthy of the kingdom of the Most High. Because the only way that you're going to enter into one of the glorious kingdoms of the Most High in the spirit world is if you are righteous. Okay, you have to be a righteous spirit. You have to be a spirit that love your neighbor as you do yourself. Okay, because ain't no selfish spirits going to be allowed in the glorious kingdoms of the eternal power of love and life in the spirit world. Okay, it's an impossibility. So in the spirit world, you're going to be tormented. Okay, by this fire of knowing what you've done contrary to the eternal power that loves you, okay? That still loves you. And that's going to make it burn even more because of the love of your maker. And you're going to know without a shadow of a doubt that you are loved and that you have rebelled against this eternal power of love. All because you wanted the temporary riches of this world. You wanted the temporary carnal desires and pleasures that is not eternal. All right? So, 63. But if you die and enter into the spirit world and are received therein in a state of misery, there ye will have an opportunity to learn many things and change the nature of your spirit, but only in those things that you need to change that pertaineth to the kingdom of glory that you have already chosen for yourselves, okay? The all power is all good, all right? Once for you to be...
All right, hold on. I'm looking for something, and as we were reviewing this audio, give me just a moment, okay? Cause I'm looking for the kingdom level so that I can give you a visual of what we're about to talk about here. I don't know why I can't seem to find this meme, bro. I know I just had it, and it explains it perfectly. So I need it, and just be patient with me. I'll find it. 1 second. Cause I know I just worked on it not too long ago. Could have sworn it would come up with a keyword. Oh, here it is, free agency. That's what it. Okay, that was my tag, free agency. All right, my keyword. All right, let's get you guys. All right, all right. So here it is. 1 second. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So, we all have free agency, all right? So this is the realms of deity, like the kingdom of lights, okay? Our spirit life before we ever even come here to this earth, okay? Then we're birthed into this world, okay? And I would say ignore the globe earth, because I ain't trying to go that deep, okay? But yeah, we don't live on no damn sphere, okay? But anyway, we come down here, to this earth, all right? And this is the Broadway, okay? The Broadway, let's see if we can read some of this. It's a little small. Let me see if we can blow it up a little bit more. And it makes it a little bit harder to read. All right, let's make it 300. Alright, the good and honorable, but blinded by the craftiness of men, never discovered the reason their spirit was sent to the earth. Okay? So this is the Broadway. Now, I know why my spirit was sent to the earth, so I'm not on the Broadway. But, however, I'm attacked by a lot of people that's on the Broadway. Okay? Because I know why my spirit was sent to this earth, and I walk in it, okay? Those who died without the eternal law, okay? So if you die without the eternal law of love, life, and purity, you'll still inherit a glory, okay? Depending, okay? You got to make sure that you're not the low way, okay? I'm talking about the broad way first, okay? So if you live your life, you're good and honorable, remember? You're good and honorable, but you're blinded by the craftiness of men. Okay, the Father is all good. The Father, Mother, the all power of love and life is all good. All right, understands that hey, you were deceived, you were blinded, you were as good as you possibly can be as you're following after mortal men and the things that you've been taught to believe. Okay, you never discovered the reason that your spirit was sent to this earth, so you don't walk in your purpose. Okay, you spent your whole life, working jobs and whatnot. So that you can sustain your life. And you're one of the type of people that, kind of selfish. You keep it to yourself and just for your own family, okay? Maybe a little bit for your friends, if you feeling a little generous, okay? All right? You will inherit the glory of the terrestrial kingdom. Okay, so that's the lowest one. The lowest one is terrestrial, the lowest one is terrestrial. So, terrestrial kingdom. So they're saying, and I didn't create this meme. Okay, so let's go over the low way. So now the low way is the dishonest liars. All right, sorcerers, adulterers, and whoremongers. All right, so all of you that live in your carnal flesh and you all you want to do is have sex. The only thing that's on your mind is sex and money. All right, that's pretty much you. Okay, so you're gonna detour 1,000 years burning where that worm never dies. Okay, that worm is never gonna die. And even those of you in the terrestrial kingdom, you're still gonna be you're still gonna be convicted in your conscience about how you lived your life and how you treated your neighbor. Okay, you're still gonna be aware of that. All right. But this 1,000 years in hell, that time frame, I guess that's the time frame that you're gonna have to go through before you can make the determination to come back and try again. All right, and those of the terrestrial kingdom, at any time, I guess they can choose to try to come back and do better. Okay. Those are the ones that can choose to come back and try to do better. But if you were wholly wicked, you were a liar, you were a sorcerer, adulteress, whoremonger, you have to actually be purged. for 1,000 years, where your worm never dies, okay? You're constantly remembering what you did, during your immortality, all right? That's going to be those of you in the telestial kingdom, okay? Now, that I ain't seeking neither one of these. I ain't on the broad road, and I definitely ain't on a low road, okay? So, what road am I on? Let me bring this out a little bit, bro. Let me bring it out a little bit more, okay? So I'm shooting for the celestial, okay? I'm shooting for celestial, bruh. And there's different levels for each of these, okay? Each of these has 3 levels, okay? Each of them have 3 levels, so you see the 1, 2, 3 here, okay? So on this is the road I'm on, okay? I'm on this road. So I repented, all right? I have faith. I was baptized by fire, all right? I was baptized by fire, okay? And I want to be free, okay? I'm seeking freedom and happiness, all right? I'm not seeking temporary fleeting joy, all right? I'm not seeking temporary happiness. I want happiness for eternity, all right? So I'm all about morality, all right? I'm about loyalty, all right? I'm about charity. I give out of my own poverty, okay? Word of wisdom. Okay, I seek after wisdom and the oracles of the Most High. Alright, I walk in my purpose. Okay, so I am waiting to be married in the celestial kingdom. Okay, alright, to the lover of my soul, the maker of my spirit. Okay, I am not of this world, but yet people want to try to put me in the same category as everybody else on this world, just because, on the surface level, it may seem like we're doing the same thing. So just because you had all of your false preachers and your false pastors, all your wolves in sheep clothing, that's so-called preaching the gospel, and I'm so-called preaching the gospel, okay, in your mind, this is how you're viewing it. You're both handling the scripture, all right? So you're looking on surface level, and you see how they, got the riches of the world, and you want to try to put me in the same category as them. We are not the same, okay? All right? Because I line up with this road, okay? I'm not seeking the riches of this world. I'm seeking freedom. All right? Your pastors are liars. All right? They're down here in a low way, and they're going to burn for 1,000 years where their worm never dies. Okay? That's the difference. All right? Now, I wanted to explain that. So let me go ahead and play this audio.
Wants for you to be happy and free for eternity. Wants you to have the glory of your choosing. Okay? All right? Yes. So you will have an opportunity to change the nature of your spirit. However, you're going to be in a state of misery while you're learning. And then you will get another opportunity to come back into mortality and live the truth, okay? Live for the Most High. I guess, I don't know how many times I done came here, but I guess this is my last time coming here, bro, because I don't never want to come here again, all right? Because I literally hate this world. I detest this world. I've always detested this world. I literally had to grow up in a false, fake-ass reality surrounded by superficial people, cold-hearted people, unkind people, unmerciful people. Bro, like, I don't ever want to come back here, okay? However, I know that a better world is coming. Well, this earth is about to elevate, okay? We're about to go through a paradigm. We're going through a paradigm shift right now. And a new heaven and new earth is coming. But still yet, I don't ever want to come back into the physicality, okay? Once I leave this physical world, I don't think I'm coming back in a physical, okay? I'm going to be traveling the stars, okay? Like, bruh, why would I want to be stuck in physical flesh again, bruh? No.
I hate this world.
Alright, I'm a free spirit, but yet I'm trapped in this flesh. Okay, it's miserable for me. Okay, so let me reread 63. But if you die and enter into the spirit world, then you are received. So if you die and enter into the spirit world and are received therein in a state of misery, there you will have an opportunity to learn many things and change the nature of your spirit, but only in those things that you need to change that pertaineth to the kingdom of glory that you have already chosen for yourselves. So some of you, you choose telestial, okay? You choose the telestial kingdom for yourselves, all right? There's different levels of the kingdom. Telestial is the lowest level, okay? That's the ones who, you don't really want to serve others, okay? You rather be served for yourself, okay? So you rather live in a world where, it's dog-eat-dog world, kind of, That's the lowest of the kingdoms, okay? Do for yourself, okay? And yourself only. You're selfish, okay? And then others will choose the terrestrial glory, okay? That's the second level, okay? But the third level, the highest level, is the celestial, okay? I think that's the glory that I chose, bro, because I choose to serve, okay? I don't have a problem being a servant, okay? I like being a servant. I like walking in my purpose. I like giving, okay? I'm a giver, all right? I'm not really a taker, all right? I've never been the type of person that, wanted to ask people or even ask people for help, okay? I'm one of them people that really don't like asking for help. I've only done it like maybe once or twice, and it was either from family or someone that told me that I could do so, okay? Someone that told me to ask them if I was ever in need, and I did, and it seemed to have backfired on me when I did. So now, I'm even more iffy about asking people for help, okay? I don't like doing it, because I feel like it can be used against you when you ask people for help. And I don't want people trying to use it against me to try to say that I'm trying to use them for their money. I'm not here to use people, okay? I'm here to give to you. I'm here to be a blessing unto you. But people want to change this all around. So anyway, hold on. 64. When you think that now you are ready to prove to yourselves and to the Father that you are ready for his kingdom, then you will enter once again into the flesh and to be proven to see if you are correct in your assertion that you are ready, okay? Because you want to enter into the eternal kingdom of happiness for eternity, okay? In the spiritual, all right? In the spirit realm, okay? Not the physical realm, because this is not all there is, okay? This physical world is temporary, okay? And if you go through the days of your probation and learn the words of the Father and live by them, then when you die, the worm dieth, and you feel no more the fire that is unquenchable. That's the lake of fire, people. That fire that is unquenchable, that's the lake of fire that we read, up there. How in the worm never dying, okay, is a constant nagging, a constant annoyance of your conscience, being convicted that you went against the almighty power, the lover, the maker of your soul, okay, the creator of your spirit, the lover of your soul, all right?
And so it's not a literal lake of fire, okay? It's literally your conscience convicting you, all right? So I wanted to make that clear. The lake of fire is a reference to the conviction of your conscience. There ain't no way in hell your spirit is gonna be literally burning in a lake of fire, all right? Christianity is a religion, is a dogmatic belief system, and they use that in order to keep you enslaved, okay? What is that? Is that a gnat? There's some kind of gnat or something. What the hell is that? Something flying around. Alright, play.
All right. So you have to come back to the earth during the days of your probation, learn the words of the Father, which I did, okay? So because I was lying dead in the street, for 3.5 days, particularly for my life, it was the half day, okay? because we're in a half time, okay? So it was a half of a day, okay, that I was laying dead in the street, all right? But then he awakened me in the land of my captivity, all right? I learned the words of the Father, okay? And now I live by them. Now, when I die, whenever I do die, the worm dieth, okay? And I feel no more the fire that is unquenchable. Now, I don't remember if I ever had to go to hell before. Like I said, I don't remember how many times I done came here, okay? I don't know how many times I came here. But I know that I'm going to get it right this time because I know the eternal laws of love and life, okay? And purity, okay? I know why this world is in turmoil. I'm showing you why. And I'm giving you even more pearls of wisdom. All right, and if you choose, you can then be resurrected into your eternal bodies. Okay, and now I have said unto you that there are those in the spirit world who are in authority and who can teach us and counsel us in that which we must do in order to prepare us to live in the eternal kingdoms of our Father. And do you not suppose that there are not also those who are sent unto us in mortality to help us prepare for this? You know, you want to cast us off. Yeah, there are those among us who have been called of God to help us prepare ourselves for his kingdom. And these are the prophets and righteous men who have been sent to give unto us the words of the Father. And his words are simple. Yeah, the very words that we are given by the Father, whether we receive them in the spirit world or in the world of mortality, they are the same. Is also written on our heart, is in our conscience, okay? And they are that we do unto others that which we would have them do unto us. These are the words and the plan of salvation of the Father, and cannot be more simple to our understanding. And thus has it been commanded me by the Lord to give unto you in this record. Okay? So there you have it, people. If you keep this eternal law, love, life, and purity, doing unto others that which you would have for them to do unto you, refraining from doing to others that which you would not want to have done to yourself, we will live in a much better world, okay? And the world will not be in turmoil, okay? On that note, shalom.
Right, and there we have it. We got through that audio. All praises to the Most High. Alright, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life, said the Messiah, who the world wants to call Jesus, in John 8, verse 12. Shalom.